What's up, everybody? Welcome to TerrorCrave. We are your hosts for the evening. What's up, Jason? How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I watched all of Stranger Things. I know you haven't gotten there quite yet, so I enjoyed it. I don't want to talk too much about it though. I know you keep getting on me about I might let something slip. So
Yes, well, I know I am way behind. I've only seen the first four episodes. I would love to be able to discuss that with you, but as to your point, I'm a little nervous that you're going to let slide some key details.
no,
So
it
if we could keep it pretty good, at least we could discuss the first through fourth episode. I'm totally down for that.
maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I might let something slip if we get into it too much, but I'll let you talk about it and I'll just agree or disagree.
How about that? All right. I think it's
We'll do it
great
that
so
way.
far. I mean, I think this might be, I know I'd seen a lot of hype about it before because I'm a little late to the game watching it. People were like, oh, best season ever, best season ever. And I got to agree, I'm really into it this season. I mean, and maybe that's just how I feel about every season that's come out. You know what I mean? Yes, of course, the first was the best because it was our first introduction to this world and this great storytelling
Hmm.
and the recall back to the 80s for people like us who grew up in that, and remembered Stephen King, the books that he would write, and even the way the chapters that he would say, the lettering of all of that
Yeah.
is in the way Stephen King is, the way Stephen King
Yep.
does his lettering. And it was just such a great, all great callbacks to it. So first season, of course, was great, but every season really hasn't been disappointing. And fourth season is just as great. I mean, I love the storyline. Like again, I'm only first through four episodes here, first four episodes. Uh, I really am more of a fan when everybody's back together again. I look forward to that happening. I would imagine it's got to be happening somewhat soon.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's
I
still
hope so.
scattered.
I hope so.
Old Hoppers in Russia. That's crazy still. And I'm just to the point now where their plan got foiled. And I'm like I'm really out to the point. I was like, how are they going to get out of this? You know what I mean? They're all drugged up. Murray and Winona Ryder, they're all drugged up and passed out at the airport, and Hopper's now getting beat down after he just basically was enjoying the hell out of some peanut butter and crying because it was so delicious. I can
Yeah.
only imagine the hell he's been through. What has it been? 6 months, a year, somewhere 6 months to a year, right?
Yeah, I
That
think
this
almost at a
that's been going
year.
on. I mean, so that's tearing at me. Poor Eleven. She's getting, she wanted to live such a normal life, and now that she's out there living
Mhm.
her normal life, she's getting terribly bullied. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, I just hate bullying displayed on television anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it just bothers me so much. And so she's getting terribly bullied, though. You know what I mean? And sometimes, man, you feel like doing what she did and then taking that skate and knocking that girl upside the head with.
So what about the length of the show? That's two-part question for you. Or does the length of the episode bother you? And do you think the length of the episode had anything to do with them saying, okay, let's release this many and then we'll wait and release the other ones, a month later? Or do you think they did that because the season is so daggone good? They're like, let's make them wait a little bit longer.
I think they're doing it for a little bit of that. It's so good. I love the length of the episodes. I know that's kind of. I've got some friends that have actually not jumped into it fourth season yet because they're a little, you know, taken aback by the length of the episodes. Like
Yeah.
some of these, like we mentioned before, our previous show, some of these are an hour and 20 minutes. Hour
Hmm.
and I don't know if I've hit one of the hour and 30 mark yet. But it's been pretty long, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Though, I think they're trying to your question. I think they're trying to cause a bit of an event with
Yeah.
this, and so I would imagine that the way episode seven ends, is probably just some crazy, crazy cliffhanger that everybody's going to be like, I cannot wait for these next 4 weeks to fly by. You know what I mean? And check it out. And I think that whatever ratings that which were huge for Netflix, Stranger Things did for this part one, I would imagine part two is probably going to be even immensely higher ratings wise. You know what I mean? When
Right.
they come out, it's going to
Oh, I
be
guarantee it.
awesome.
And I will say, it's a good cliffhanger. I will say that it's a
Mhm.
daggone good cliffhanger. I think that a couple of things. The episode, they probably would have ended up with 12 or 13 episodes if they were just going for like the normal, 55-minute or whatever. There's no way they could have gotten it in less than 12 or 13 episodes, and they probably didn't want that many. But I really think that they held a month off because they were like, let's give them a taste and then we'll finish this season strong. And for me, the episodes don't feel that long because it's kind of action packed and it's definitely interesting the whole way through each
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, it's been great, man. And I gotta give it up again. I'm only on episode 4, but episode 4 had so much going on in it. But I mean, in any typical show, the scene that was happening at the Byers household,
Mhm.
um, when they came, the secret agents, Paul Reiser's characters come. He's taken 11. The brothers are at the house being watched over by some, I guess, some agents, friends of his, you know what I mean, some cohorts of his. Military shows up, and that tracking shot. Sean Levy wrote and directed this episode, and he's one of the guys behind this, producers and stuff like that. The Duffer Brothers do it. They work on this show together.
Right.
It was, in any other show that would have probably been the climax or the end of the episode, but that was just sort of right in the middle. And the
Yep.
tracking shot that followed that whole shootout was amazing to me. I mean, it was amazing. It was awesome the way it was directed and everything. I would imagine that episode, if any of them, will be nominated for an Emmy, in my opinion.
I
The
I hope
direction
they
was
got
that
that all on
strong
the
for that.
first take. You know what I can't even imagine that, man. It was long too.
It was, and it was so incredible. I mean, it was just awesome. And like I said, mark my words, just like, I think we'll see that episode get nominated for an Emmy. I really do feel like that's going to
Did
happen.
you did you have to take a breath when the door opened?
We're open.
When the doorbell rings and he goes to the door or whatever and he opens it, were you expecting that or
No, I thought it was old. I thought it was the dude. I thought it was their
the
whatever
pizza
his name
man?
is, pizza guy
Yeah.
coming to deliver the pizza. That's what I really thought it was. I thought
Yeah.
that their plan was about to go into action. They had called him. They were going to ride down to get out to Hawkins,
Yep.
to help their friends. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah,
were just
totally
taken out of the
different from the
house.
way I thought it was gonna go down. It was totally different. I was like, "Whoa, what happened? What's going on?"
And then it was incredible. And then, like I said, you don't see those guys again. But there was so much. I mean, in this episode, and I see a lot of stuff going on, and people are saying this is one of the best seeds ever on Stranger Things. But the last 10 minutes, or not even the last 10 minutes, really, the last 4 minutes of this like 12-minute scene of Max
Yeah.
being chased down by Vecta. Am
Yeah.
I saying Vecta? Yeah. The main nemesis of the season. The big bad of the season. And it's the scene where they're Kate Bush's song, which has come back flying out the charts
I
again.
know,
Stranger
man.
Things has brought this. What is it called? Running Up That Hill. You know what I mean? That whole song playing there at the end, and
Do you
Max
remember
trying
that
to get out
song?
and flashing back. I do remember that song. I do
I
remember the
don't
song. I've
remember it,
heard
and
it.
yeah, I've heard I back there, I liked like the rock music and the rap that was coming out, but everybody knew the pop stuff, but it was different back then. I guess it wasn't as many, um, singers that there are now. So,
Right.
it was only a few but I think everybody knew them. Everybody knew every group
Well,
that was popular.
yeah, but that was a hit. That was a hit song back in the day, and I've heard it. I don't know if I remember hearing it or jamming to it in the 80s, but I just know I've heard it where just throughout my life,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Playing and maybe in another movie
Yeah.
or just in a
You didn't
department
have that
store
on
or on the
your
radio or
mix?
whatever. An ex-girlfriend maybe played it. I don't know. No, but it
Wasn't on your
is now.
mixtapes playing it
It's a
in your
jam. It's a jam now.
yeah, everybody. It's a good song. It's definitely a 80s song.
Yeah, it is. It is. But no, I bring all that up to say that scene is going around. Everybody's saying the best scene ever on Stranger Things, and when Max is escaping and the friends, flashbacks, and all that stuff.
Yep.
It was a really good episode. Robert Englund
Yeah.
makes his
Yeah.
appearance in the show. I mean, I knew Victor Creel I just knew it all
Yeah,
the time, and they kept talking about him. I was like, "That's who Robert Englund's playing." I knew
had
he
to
was
be
going to be
just
in the
by the
show.
name, just by
Yeah,
the name,
exactly.
had to
You
be.
know, and a little shout out to Ozark because Victor Creel was played by, I don't know if you recognize that or not. When they flash back to the young Victor Creel,
Oh
it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
was.
The the realtor. What was his name? I can't. Which I finished that, by the way. Ozark.
Oh, you finished it? Okay, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
I can't say anything because my wife still hasn't.
Okay, all right.
But I will say it was great. The ending. One of my characters died, and I wish that that person hadn't.
Well, if I guess we can't talk about it freely because Jen's gonna listen, right? So I can't.
But no, but it's one of the main. Well, she won't. She says she watches the show, but you
All right. Well,
know.
yeah. I'm imagining you talking about Ruth.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jen, you just skip this part, and then we'll go back because I want to go back to Stranger Things. But yeah, Ozark quickly. Ruth, man, yeah, it was terrible that she died, and also I thought she died in the most dumbest way because the life you're living, Ruth, you pull up into your driveway and you
Exactly.
see a deserted Escalade or whatever that was. I don't even know.
Yep.
Sitting there, you just killed the assassin that came out there,
Yep.
or old girl did. Your buddy who used to own the bar or whatever. She just killed. And so you get out of the car and you just with no weapon or anything and just stand there. At that point, though, do you think she's just like she knew what it was and
I
she
think
knew that it
so.
was
I think
going
she
to
was
be
just like it.
inevitable?
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, just do it. I'm done. I think she was over everything. But where was three at? Her cousin. That I'm guessing
Man.
they already killed him because they don't mess around. They killed one, they kill the other.
No, I don't think three died. I think he's last one standing, which is terrible that her whole family got wiped out.
I
Yeah, her
know.
whole family was pretty. I mean, they were not the greatest of people, but I mean, still, they all
Yeah.
got wiped out. That little flashback there at the end when she was just imagining all of them still living and being around. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but she made painted a prettier picture than it really was, though.
No, I
They're
think
all
that was a
sitting
true.
around
I think that was an actual
cook
true
the
memory.
cookout and everything.
Yeah, I think that was an actual
Yeah,
memory.
because they were celebrating stealing all the starters off the boats down
Is that what they were
down the lake.
celebrating? Yeah.
Probably, I don't know. But
Yeah, but no, yeah, but anyway, I'm bringing all that up because Victor Creel was played by the realtor's son, or the realtor, whoever he was. The boy, old boy. Sounds
yeah,
like you've seen it all. The one
yeah,
who was managing the hotel and then left with the cult, the church cult.
yeah,
Yeah, so shout out to him. Um, no, it was just a great episode. So I can't wait to see 5, 6, and 7. I
yeah.
spent a lot of time talking about 4 because I thought it was just really good.
Hmm.
It was great, man. And again, what's going on with 11? Like I said, I hate I was hating what was going on with her, with
Yeah.
that stupid bully girl, and that was just terrible. Um, but
It's
anyway, it's
weird
good.
how it's the bad government, and now the bad government's after the bad government. It's just weird. Like, man, you can't trust anybody.
Well, listen, and then this is my hypothesis too, and it's not based on anything knowledge that I put together from the show, or like any clues that I picked up from the actual show. So I can't say that. The only thing that I'm thinking this is because Vecta, for some reason, I let it play through last night. And keep seeing Matthew Modine starring Matthew Modine also. My hypothesis is that Vecta is the doctor that played by Matthew Modine, the doctor who was Eleven's doctor, who they've only shown once so far this season that we know of, or that I know of, which was in the very first episode when they showed him getting ready for work, doing this crossword puzzle, trimming his little what do you call them, trees? Anyway,
Bonsai tree.
bonsai tree, yeah, bonsai tree, doing all that. So anyway, that's my. I'll say that. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but that's my guess. And because of what you just said about episode 7 ending on a cliffhanger, that is probably when the big reveal happens. I'm not looking at you when you say
No,
that.
I will say you are
but,
absolutely gonna have to finish watching because I'm not gonna say a word.
but
I'm
yeah,
not
that
gonna tell
Hopper,
you.
I know. But that Hopper story, man, I was heartbroken for that. He got right to the peanut butter. He was excited. He was tasting something besides the slop they've been feeding him and the hell that he'd been through. And the next thing you know,
They
man,
only get better. I will say that. They only get better each episode. And characters you haven't seen may come back. or may not. Never know.
I also am not liking what I'm seeing about old Steve and what's her name get back. There's a little some
I
seeds
know,
or stuff.
man.
I don't know if that's happening yet or whatever, but they keep talking like,
Yeah.
Steve was trying to go with her to the thing, and there was
Yeah.
and all this, and
Well,
anyway,
I mean,
I
she's
want
got the
Jonathan.
long distance well, I don't know. I used to, but I'm fine with Steve now. I'd be fine if they got together, but I
Yeah.
think that would be a big fight between those two.
With who? Between Steve and Jonathan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, something would happen.
Steve Harrington or Jonathan Myers. Yes.
Yeah.
Who will Nancy choose? That's really the big question. Stranger Things. I think that's what people keep turning in for.
Well,
That was a joke,
maybe.
guys. That was a joke.
Yeah.
I'm sure I think
Yeah.
every character brings a little something to the show that makes it.
And I think I like that Lucas's little sister. I can't remember her name, but I'm so glad she's getting more airtime because I really like her.
Yeah, no, it's funny. She was only supposed to be a one-off character, like maybe even brief scene, and then
Yeah,
she was
just
so good.
the little
She was so
sister.
good with her stuff in season 3 that they
Hmm.
kept writing more for her. You know what I mean? And then had her actually part of the thing.
No fear.
Yeah, I'm to the point now where those other guys who think that Eddie killed the girl, they're now like running around. I was wondering when Lucas was going to get the hell away from those dudes. I mean, he
I
was just
know.
like, I was like, Lucas, what are you doing, bro? You know what I
He's with the
mean?
bad crowd.
Yeah, but I like how we ditched him at Hopper's cabin and
Hmm.
then ran up with his boys. But I'm at the point now where the dude came knocking on the door. You bring up Lucas's sister, and they're like, they're like asking him where Lucas is and all this stuff. So,
Yeah.
what's up with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been covering for him, tell him he owes me a Nintendo with
Yep.
Duck Hunt. I like
Yeah.
that part because
Yep.
that was about $30 difference back in the day.
I know.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
Duck Hunt.
It was good. It was good. So yeah, that's where I am. I can't wait to see what happens next. I know you do. So by next episode, we'll be able to talk about it as a series as a whole. That is what we will do.
I know. I actually started going back and watching them again just because they were good. I'm not binging them. I'm watching like, well, I'll watch one show tonight and then I'll
Right.
watch another episode. So
Like
we'll
picking up
see.
stuff maybe even missed out on the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. No. So it's been good. I guess a couple other things that we're going to bring up. We've got what the Monsters. I know that's something you've been very
Oh,
excited
yeah.
about. The
Yeah.
Monsters trailer dropped today, which I would say the trailer, it was almost more of a teaser. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was definitely more of a teaser. I know they labeled it as a trailer, what have you, or maybe they did, but it was our first glimpse into what these guys are going to look like as actually
Yeah.
live action characters. All we'd seen was some still photos and things like that. What did you think, man?
I thought I liked the way that they did it, like the intro from the old TV series. I
Yep.
like the way that they did it, and I'd love to put the original intro beside that one and kind of watch them at the same time because knowing Rob Zombie, he had them, mimic every movement of the original actors. Fred Gwynn and them.
Yeah.
It just reminded me so much of somebody playing the part of Fred Gwynn playing. I'm looking forward to the movie, and I wish I'm so used to Rob Zombie being, you know, gory and you know belligerent. His act, well, the movies anyway. So I'm hoping that this one. I think this is going to be the one that people will probably take him more serious as a, a filmmaker director. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And real quick, I just want to comment on a couple things. When you're talking about Fred Gwynn, we're talking about Herman Munster. That's who plays Herman Munster.
Yes.
And for you guys who don't know, we're talking about old Judd from Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Also,
Don't let him go to the road,
yep.
Lewis.
And
Yeah.
old, what was he? He was in the Judge and Winnie the Judge in
Did you say Utes?
yep,
What was that?
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah, that's right.
My cousin Vinny. No, but and you also said this is his bid to take him seriously as a director. And you say that because, we talked about this before in a couple episodes ago. It is rated PG.
Yes.
And I think I didn't really believe that until I saw the actual rating on the teaser today. I didn't think it would be R, but I really was. I'm surprised that it's not PG-13 at
Well, I
least.
thought it would be. I thought it would be PG-13. I saw that Rush Hour was PG-13. So I started watching that with my well, Ethan, the 10-year-old. And I was like, man, because like, well, it's Chris Tucker. So, he doesn't, I don't hear the F bomb, but like it's all this bullshit and this, he says shit a lot. And
Right.
I was like, oh man, PG-13, they're going just to that level. But he loved the movie anyway. I mean, who doesn't love Rush Hour?
Right.
Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. So
Yeah. No, PG-13. The only thing you are allowed with PG-13, yeah, the S bomb and all that stuff's fine.
mhm,
You're allowed one F bomb,
one.
just
That's
that.
right.
You only use it once. If it's more than that, that tips into the R. Tips into the R area. But I just was very surprised it wasn't PG-13. Again, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna. I'm excited to see it, to see what he does with it, to see what these guys actually do. You know, um, people who are playing these actors.
Yeah.
There's really been nothing at this level. Yeah, there's been a couple of redos. I think in the '80s, or not even the '80s. I think in the '90s at one time there was some type of monsters that came out, a redo of it. These guys playing them, but this is the first
Yeah.
big time thing where they're actually taking these classic, iconic characters, putting it out there. Which is a long time coming because what we're 30 years removed
Mhm.
from, or not even 30
Well,
years, 40, no, not 40, but
full
30 years, I guess, probably removed from the Adams family,
yeah.
where the Adams family, uh, I thought for sure the monsters would be coming quickly after that movie came out. You
You'd
know what
think
I
so.
mean? Yeah, but no, I mean, I think the people that are playing him, what Daniel Roebuck, we know this guy. He's playing Grandpa Munster.
Mhm.
Al Lewis played uh, Al Lewis played Grandpa Munster in the show, and then went off with that character. That's a pretty iconic character. He took that character on the road. Basically, what I mean by that is, after the Munsters ended, he played him like
Oh,
in
yeah.
he was basically making appearances as Grandpa Lewis for years and years, or
Well, he would
Grandpa
go on
Lewis,
talk
Grandpa
shows dressed up
Munster.
like him,
Yeah, yeah, talk
you know?
shows. I think he was on Howard Stern a couple times.
Yep.
He was he I think in some, it wasn't national, but some, like maybe Pennsylvania or somewhere. He had a local haunted show, where they showed horror shows. You know what I mean? In the '70s and
Well, he was
'80s,
at
something.
every like I don't know how far Comic-Con goes back, but if it was like a convention or something
Yeah,
in that genre, comic books or movies or whatever, he was there. He was
yeah,
always there.
yeah. But he also hosted, like I said, some part of it wasn't. I don't think it was nationally syndicated or anything. But he hosted like a creature feature, kind of like
Yeah,
what
he
we
did.
had back here in the DC area. Count the Vidal or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? He was doing that somewhere in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, I
Mhm.
think. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So I mean, I bring all that to say these guys are embodying some classic characters,
Yeah.
and it'd be interesting to see what they do with them, man.
I
Um,
will one thing that I'll say though is when I saw Sherry Moon Zombie, Rob's wife, who is in all of his movies from the beginning, um the way that she was acting reminded me of one of his music videos, Living Dead Girl, where she played the living dead girl in that. And like the way that she looked kind of reminded me of her. And I was like, But I don't know. I hope that I like her acting in his movies. I just hope that she can act in this movie, The Munsters, because she can play crazy like when she was baby and the trilogy, House of Thousand Corpses, Devils Rejects, Free from Hell. She played that role great, I thought, because she was just playing a crazy person.
yeah,
And I hope she can do justice for this one. I think she will. I'm just
yeah.
nervous about it because it's people already judge Rob Zombie, and I'm a huge fan of his, music and film. So I hope this doesn't discredit him.
No, I don't think it will. I think this is his. I think he's gotten good reviews on
Yeah.
movies. I mean, maybe House of a Thousand Corpses didn't get great reviews, I don't think. But then whatchamacallit, Devil's
Devil's
Rejects
Rejects.
got
Yeah.
fantastic reviews. I
Hmm.
mean, he's gotten some, he's getting
Yeah.
legitimized, I believe. And then of course the other one was it, Three from
Three
Hell.
from Hell. Yeah.
That
Well,
didn't. I don't think that it's
because he had
fantastic.
written a complete script for Three from Hell, and Sid Haig was in very bad health. His health condition has gone downhill, and it was just before he died that they started filming. And Rob saw like when he came on set, they only filmed one day with him because his health had deteriorated so bad. And at that moment, he had to rewrite the entire script because it was already written for the three main
Good.
characters.
Right.
And it didn't happen. So he had to rewrite the whole script, and they brought in Otis's brother. And I still enjoyed it, but I always wonder, I would love to see the original script.
Right, what he would have done. Now, was Otis's brother ever mentioned in the previous two films, or was just some random brother who
No,
just kind of showed
no,
up?
no. And that's one thing about Rob Zombies. Sometimes you just gotta like kick
Role.
stuff to the side because you watch House of a Thousand Corpses.
They had the devil dude or whatever who was living down in the bay.
Yeah, Dr.
What was his
Satan.
name? Dr.
Dr.
Satan.
Satan.
Yeah.
But Otis was albino. If you go back and watch that movie, his
Yeah.
eyes and his hair, like his hair is white and his eyes are a different color. But then when the next movie, Devil's Rejects, comes on, it hasn't been that long. You know, I don't know, 6 months, couldn't have been more than a year. And his hair is like golden brownish blonde. And he's,
Right.
he looks like an evil Jesus because he's got the long beard now, bushy beard. And I so you just gotta say, well, he's not albino anymore. All right.
Right.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah. 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 Devil's Rejects is definitely the crown jewel out of that trilogy.
Yeah, I think so. Out of all
Sure.
of his movies, probably, people didn't like Halloween when he redid that, which I loved
I
his
did.
version of
I
Halloween.
did. I did.
Yeah.
Halloween 2, even I liked parts of it. I didn't like what was happening with the
The mother on the white horse and
yeah. I
kind
don't
of
know
lost me too
why
on
he
that one.
even was doing all that. If he had just kept that as a straightforward what was happening, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? With Michael just on that trek to the
Yeah.
town, you know what I mean? Going through anyway.
Yeah, it was
No,
crazy stuff in part
yeah,
2.
yeah. But no, we go back to say though, Monsters, we're both very excited about it. They didn't give us a date. I would imagine it's gonna fall sometime in the October time frame.
The haunting season.
Did it also say it was on Peacock or Netflix? Because I know at one point it looked like it was going to be on Peacock, but now it's supposed to be jumping to Netflix.
I thought it went to Netflix now because at first it was going to Peacock, but then it was like, oh, now Netflix is doing it, so it must be decent. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't sleep on Peacock though. Peacock's is Universal.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, they're good.
Oh no! All right, so yeah, definitely looks good. I did see I in this, but no confirmation. Is Eddie Munster? I mean, is he?
I
Is that
don't
going
know
to be?
who they have playing him yet.
I
He's
don't know
got
if
to
they
be
do.
in it.
I would think that he would be in
Now
it,
I
but
do
there's
know
really
they're
been no
bringing
announcement.
the original
Who?
actor is going to
Oh,
be in it doing something. I don't know who he'll be, but I wanted to say that real quick. He's bringing back characters that may have only been like a one episode appearance or something like that, like Zombo.
right.
I think he was only in one, maybe two episodes,
Huh.
maybe even one, because I don't know how many seasons that show actually had, but
It lasted
it,
3 seasons, if I'm
three
not
seasons.
mistaken.
All right,
I'm pretty sure
about the
that's how.
same as Adam's Family, right?
Yeah, they lasted about 72 episodes. So however many that was, I think it
Oh,
was about
back
two
then they,
seasons,
yeah, that sounds about
or
right
maybe
back
only two
then.
seasons. Maybe only 2 seasons actually. I think it ran two
Really?
seasons. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what show took it off the air?
What?
Batman.
Oh, really?
I believe it's Batman.
Wow.
Kind of, it was doing really well, and then
Old
Batman
old school
came out around the
Batman,
same
Adam
time.
West, and
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
oh, cool.
Yeah, that show kind of took it off,
I can see that happening.
or at least competed with ratings and was
Yeah,
winning. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it ran, but for a show that only ran 2 years, think about how long, from 64 to 66.
Still know who, yeah, you still know who they are, even
Yep,
without Rob Zombie's movie coming out.
exactly. And I mentioned Yvonne DiCarlo. She played what's her name? Female.
The daughter,
No, not the doll. That was
the
Marilyn
mother.
Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
You're talking
played
about the mother.
Lily Munster.
Lily.
Lily
Yeah.
Munster. She played Catwoman in one of the episodes, or maybe the movie of Batman. So,
Oh, wow.
so much of Batman. But anyway,
That's cool.
yeah. So that comes out soon. We Wednesday dropped a teaser also, which is the
Yeah.
Addams Family spinoff, which will still feature Morticia and Gomez,
Mhm.
but really will focus more on Wednesday. That really wasn't much. It just kind of showed us the character of Wednesday.
How old did
But
she look
still,
to you? is she like
She's supposed to
teenager or
be
is she
older. She's
early?
supposed to be older. I think she's supposed to be like a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah. She's played by Jenny Ortega, who was from the Scream movie,
Yes.
the newest Scream movie, the girl who was attacked in the very beginning, but who did not die, which is different than most Scream movies. You
Yeah.
know, so I bring up Scream. That's a great
Yeah.
segue for
Yeah. I
us
was
to
just
talk
getting ready to
about.
say it's a good segue into this one.
Yeah, it was announced this week that Nev Campbell is not going to be returning for the next movie, and it's really become down to pay. They didn't. She felt like she wasn't getting offered what she deserved. Um, I'll
Come
just turn it
on,
over to you,
man.
man.
Come on. What else you been in, Nev?
Two questions. How do you feel about that? Uh,
um,
about that, and then also, do you feel like they're going to be fine without her?
well, I feel bad for the writers because they had probably already started writing the movie. I would think they had at least come up with the idea, the theme of the movie. And I can tell you just from writing the movies that I do for us, little changes or different things can happen and it's a setback. But I can almost guarantee that they had already planned on having her in this movie and had the theme going where something was going to happen. And maybe they were, I don't know if she was, is she saying no because of what she got paid in the last one or because of what they're offering her in
Well,
this
they're
one?
offering her for this particular film.
Well, I
She
wouldn't offer anything. I'd say, hey, you can come be in it, and maybe you'll get back out there because she doesn't do anything anymore. And
Well, I have to not to correct you, but The Lincoln Lawyer right now, which is on Netflix, which is everybody's raving about, and it's been in the top 10 shows for Netflix for a couple weeks now. She's one of the main stars.
it sounds like a drama. We don't really
It,
get into the drama stuff. And
it's a Ozark.
oh yeah, never mind. That was
I mean,
Jason Bateman though.
it was
No,
Jason Bateman.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on how big a part they offer to her. If it was just going to be like a small part and they're just like, hey, we'll give you 2 million to come and do this. And she's like, no, because she thinks she's a bigger star than she is. Or maybe she is a bigger star than I think she is. But
Here's what I feel. I feel like she is the face of Scream.
she is.
All right, she's the face of Scream. I think that the legacy characters were a big reason why this latest Scream was a hit. I think they let
Agreed.
with her, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette. I think without those three in the film, I'm not sure that a Scream would have been done as well as it did. All right, so those reasons alone, I feel like she definitely. I'm not sure what she was asking, but I feel like it probably was fair. I feel like it
Yeah.
was probably fair. You know what I mean? And the fact of all those reasons, she's aware of these things too. You know what I mean? That she's the face of the series, and that she is that the movie was a hit because of legacy characters. I also feel like her not being in it. Yeah, we still got Courtney Cox, but they killed off Dewey. So
Yeah.
they've got one legacy character left. They are bringing back Hayden Panettiere. I don't know, always messing with her name, who played a character in Scream 4, who was a
Yeah.
pretty popular character. They're bringing her back. She wasn't in this latest one, you know. They're bringing her back this one. I feel like it's hurting. I feel like it's hurting to not have uh, Nev Campbell as Sidney Prescott in the film, and I feel like she deserves whatever she was probably asking for.
I think
That's
they
my
should
opinion.
stop making them personally. I think the last one was okay. Um, I think if they were going to continue it, they should have killed off all the originals and then just, or at least like, put some like Courtney Cox in the hospital in a coma or something. Who knows? But I don't know. I the first couple of Screams were good to me, but after that, it was just like, let's just make money and make another one. And the previous one to the one we just watched, I don't, I can't even remember what that one was. That didn't have any of the older stars in it, right? The originals, right?
No, it did. It did. Scream 4. It had a mole in there. And I actually went back and
I
rewatched
thought there
that
was
one
one after, like,
recently.
I thought there
So
was
there was a
one like,
television show. There was a TV show on that ran on MTV actually. There were
yeah,
2 seasons.
I
That is,
thought
are
they
you thinking
just
about
had
that?
one in like 2018. There was a Scream movie.
No,
2018 or 19,
oh
that
no,
didn't
no,
have any of the original people in it.
no,
They
that is
didn't?
incorrect. Nope,
Okay. I must
that
be
is
thinking about a different series or something.
yeah. But that though they had a show.
Now I remember the show because there was people were upset because Ghostface mask wasn't the same, but didn't they bring the original mask back in the second season or something like that?
I actually have not watched that series. I hear it's actually pretty good.
I would probably
And-
check it out. I
yeah,
think I did start watching it, but Ethan was in the room and I had to stop real quick
gotcha.
because it was a little bit. I was like, "Oh wait, I thought this was like an MTV thing."
Right. No, yeah, no, it was pretty hardcore. I do know that. It was pretty violent. Or MTV was no. Hey, they did Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf was good.
The series, I didn't watch that. I watched I love Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox.
It had nothing in common with the old show except for, or with the old movie with Michael J. Fox, which I saw in the theater, by the way. Oh my! So I liked the movie back then.
Yeah,
Teen Wolf 2. The less said about that, with our boy Jason Bateman, the
yeah. I was
less said
just gonna
about that
say
one, better. Yeah,
Jason Bateman.
that one wasn't that great. But you know, the show has nothing to do with the movie except by in name alone, and then it's a teen and he's a wolf. You know what I
Uh,
mean? It was actually pretty good. It was had like it was good. I enjoyed the show. I watched the first like 4 seasons, I think, and then I dropped off, but not because it wasn't good. It was just too much going on. But
yeah.
I enjoyed that show. Check it out. I don't even know how we got here. How did we post?
I don't
I
even know.
don't even know.
You've got your Walkman on with the playing some 80s tunes and
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it was good. Uh, so what another thing that dropped this week was Prey, which
yeah.
is we've talked a lot about that before, but this was the first full trailer Predator, um, Predator, the new movie. What did you think about it, man?
I think it looks good. The only thing is they're Native Americans, right?
Yes.
From what year do you think that is? I can't it almost looked like there were some settlers or something
Well,
at
they
one.
encounter some at one point. It looks like, yeah,
Okay. Um I thought it was great until one of the people spoke and they were speaking English. And I was just like, oh man, I would have rather it been like
subtitled.
yeah, I think it would have been better to me, like Apocalypto or something. You remember
Right?
that Mel Gibson thing?
Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, that was a great movie, and it was all subtitled. And I think they should have gone that way with this, but it still looks good. I mean, I
yeah.
like the idea of it, but I think it's the one part in the teaser trailer is where he's got the bow and he's got the arrow pulled back. It's like, really? That's what you're gonna go after Predator with? Like,
Dude, that's what they had back then.
yeah, I
It was either
wouldn't.
that or a hatchet.
I
I'm gonna
know,
shoot,
throw a
shoot.
rock at him or
I'm
something.
gonna shoot from afar if I can. I actually liked the trailer. I thought it was pretty intense.
Yeah,
thought it was really good, man. And what better way to have the ultimate hunter chasing down or going against what really were the ultimate hunters, and never will be again because nobody has a hunt like that back. That they, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
Native Americans, they were the ultimate hunters and were great at it, and it's just going to be really good. I think it's a great setting to have the movie.
I just think they, I will watch it and I'll probably really enjoy it. I just think that, it was all British people came in with some musket guns and, pretty much took half the country from them in the first 100 years or something. And now it's like, hey, all right, forget those settlers. Let's go after this thing that I saw over here in the woods.
Right.
Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. And if you see three real little red dots on you at any time, you're pretty much dead.
You're pretty much done. I did think the bear attack in the very beginning was pretty intense in that trailer. When she's
Yeah.
trying to take that bear out, you know what I mean? And then the bear is taken out by
Yeah,
predator.
I almost thought they were saving her or something, weren't they? That's kind of what it looked like he saved her in a way, or maybe he was just going after the bear.
Yeah, I don't know actually. Maybe he was saving her.
Yeah, it looks good though. I think it'll be very action packed. I think it'll be good.
Yep, I agree. I
And
agree.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to land in the chopper.
He takes a time machine
Yeah.
back in, hunting them down. Now that
Sure.
would be, I think, if Predator really wanted to go reboot, I think that would be a way to get people back in the game if somehow they brought
With
back
Arnold?
Schwarzenegger.
Really?
You know what? You don't think that would be a way to? You
No,
don't think
I
that would
think that would
just
be
draw
great.
people?
You could
Yeah,
do it like modern day,
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Oh,
you
I'm not
know, and
saying de-age him or anything. It'd just be like
yeah, bring him
him
back in
somehow.
as a specialist who's dealt with them before.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he'll get killed giving a power speech like Samuel L. Jackson in Great White in the what was
Deep
it?
Blue
The Great
Sea.
White. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea.
Yep, so true. I wish that was one thing I'm so disappointed about. I wish I'd been in that theater day one and watching that movie without having that scene spoiled for me. I saw that, I saw it a few weeks after it been out. That scene was spoiled, where he's giving that great,
Was Samuel L.
inspiring
Jackson?
speech. Yeah,
Oh, really? See,
yeah.
I didn't know. So when it happened to me, I was like, wait, he's the star. What
That
just
great,
happened?
inspiring speech that he had just given. And then it was like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would have been so great. But no, I didn't. Anyway, I digress.
Have you heard anything else about the Jeepers Creepers movie?
I've heard nothing.
Reborn?
Nope. I've heard nothing. Except for I think you mentioned not too long ago, it was supposed to come out in August,
Yeah.
which to me, the fact that we have had no trailer for it says a
Um,
lot.
no, I know it's completed. It's past post production and the movie is done. Um, but it does a little more about the subject in this one is it's not like the 23 years later or whatever. It's just that somebody maybe he gets conjured up by I don't know. It's something I don't think it's like because that was the only problem with the Jeepers Creepers stuff is you watched one show or one movie and then the next one worked out because it was like right after it or right after it. So then the one that followed that, Jeepers Creepers 3 took place like now, like 23 years later. And
No, wait, I thought Jeepers Creepers 3 also took place in that same period of time before it. Like, I really think Jeepers Creepers 3, didn't that start off with them coming to the Jeepers Creepers to the
oh
it was almost actually happening simultaneously
yeah, now that I
as
think
part two, because I think part three had them coming to the jail, to the police station after they came and attacked, took Derry away.
yes.
You know what I mean, and turned him into whatever he basically was doing, took his eyes and all that stuff.
I got confused with the part two one at the end when they had him up on the wall and were gonna wait for him or whatever.
That part two did
Yeah,
flash forward
that's
into the
right.
future. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Part three you brought up, or I brought up, or you brought up. I don't think that was very good.
No, no,
No,
and
that wasn't very
a
good. I
lot of
don't think.
people don't like the the writer for it.
No, the director
Yeah, the director.
also.
That's right.
Well, because I mean, he's been accused of some pretty horrific things.
Yeah,
Victor Salvo, I believe his name is.
judge not.
I mean,
I don't know. I judge him, but I'll still watch
yeah.
the
I'm not sure how to respond.
movie. You stay on the mutual side of it and just don't.
I won't. I won't. I won't say anything about
Yeah. Oh, there is I sent you a short film one time called Piggy or just Pig or something, right?
that.
About the hero. They're doing a movie for that now.
Are they really?
Yeah, 90 minutes. Yep. I
Wow.
don't know. Maybe they'll have uh, how do you think it's going to happen? The
I
movie
think it'll be the
the
same
short
premise, but it'll be drawn out longer. Or maybe even that girl. I know in the film we watched, she basically was okay with
yeah.
him, or no, I don't know if she's okay with it. She he let her go
Yeah.
because he
You
was
think
feeling
that'll
maybe.
happen
I
more
think he
towards the
has
beginning?
sympathy. Maybe I don't know how they'll do it. Actually, it'd be interesting to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be happening right from the beginning. It'll be interesting to see. I couldn't even speculate.
And didn't they I thought I saw something about, A Train to Busan, which is a great
Trained in New York.
yes. It's just I
Yeah.
knew it wouldn't be long before us Americans stole that.
No, I love that movie. I thought it was fantastic. I actually watched
Oh,
that.
awesome.
I was a little late to the game. I watched it in one of the first few months of the pandemic. Was when I watched it one early Saturday morning. Everybody else was still sleeping, and it was awesome. That movie was great, man. I'd
Yeah.
heard about it and slept on it for some reason. Checked it out that day. Great, great zombie flick.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer for part two. I have no interest in seeing that. It looks insane.
Did I watch part two? I'm sure I did.
I
I would
watched
have
the trailer
had
for it in
to.
the past few months, and it just looked nothing to me that I'd be interested in. Oh, real quick, All of Us Are Dead has been renewed for season two. I
Was that the
just
school one
that
where
just
they were
dropped.
in the
Yes,
school?
yep.
Oh, cool.
That was
That
the
was
school
that was
one.
good.
That's going to be renewed for season two. There were a lot of unanswered questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With these superhuman people slash zombies and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Now are they? It's almost going to be like now the zombies are trying to survive the humans. You know what I mean? You know these hybrid human
Yeah.
zombie things. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's
Those
gonna
are
be
the
interesting.
those are the scary ones. I don't like those. I mean, not scary to watch, but I wouldn't in real life. I wouldn't want those. I still want the old George A. Romero, where you can just like walk by them, kind of push them out the way.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about the hybrid ones. Remember, I'm talking about how they never actually turned into a zombie. They kept
Yeah,
their conscious. They
yeah.
were they were like themselves and just kind of got a little craved
The
flesh.
one the one boy, he got killed right at the end of the hybrid boy.
Yeah, because he was an insane
Yeah,
murderer. I mean, he was a big bully before that even happened. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And doing all those horrible things to the girl and all that stuff. But yeah, it was just yeah. But no, he deserved to get what he got.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but the other girl, she's just trying to hang in there. The girl, the
Hmm.
president,
Yep.
the president, she's trying to fight back and do all that stuff and not eat anybody. But no, I think I'm excited about that. That'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be really
What
good.
happened with the baby? Did
Baby
they ever?
lived.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did they ever
the
like
cop got
show
the
anything that?
baby.
Okay.
I'm not I'm not sure what I mean. I think that he just got her back to
Right.
you know people there, and they just took the baby out of it.
Okay.
I don't know if we actually know what happened to it. Maybe we'll find out in season two.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, man, I think. Oh, there was a couple more things that dropped. This is a week also. Netflix is doing their what do they call it? This Netflix week of movies or Netflix Sci-Fi week. So there's a bunch. That's why we're getting a lot of new trailers and things like that. And
Yeah.
one of the ones that we got, Netflix Geeked Week is what it's called. And so there's been so many trailers that have come out this week, hence the monsters. Maybe it was that's where it came from on
Hmm.
Netflix. But Lock and Key, we talked a lot about that before,
Love that show.
and it's got some horror elements,
Hmm.
but really the pedigree comes from Joe Hill, who is the son of Stephen King,
Yeah.
the graphic novel. This is
Yep.
its last season. Season three has been announced as the final season, but they dropped a trailer for that, and it comes out in August.
That'll
So
be cool.
yeah, I'm
That's a
very
good show. And that's got Georgie in it, the little boy that played Georgie from It.
yeah, yes,
That's kind of was the only reason that well, I mean, I saw it and it looked like a good little adventure series. So I said, well, I'll check it out. And he was in it. And I said, oh, he's a good, good actor. You don't get to see much of him as Georgie, but he did good in that too. But I, that's a great movie. It's got some scary or a great series because it's got some good scary elements in it.
yeah. And we got Dodge back. I don't know how she's back, but at the end of the trailer showed her. Maybe that's a
Yeah.
flashback or something. But hey, you can't have the final season without Dodge.
No,
So it's gonna be
no.
good. It's gonna be good. But anyway, I'm really excited. It comes out in August. Netflix seems to be dropping a bunch of great stuff, man. And I guess they've had this uh
Well, their stocks
backup of
dropped
yes,
47% today. So
well, that their stuff is dropping. But
yeah,
they got a lot of new shows. What I'm saying, and maybe they've
it'll
been
bring them
backed up
back.
because of the pandemic. But we got the Umbrella Academy coming out.
Yeah.
We just had Ozark. We got Stranger Things. We got Lock and Key. Seems to be great little run of shows there that's be dropping. Sandman, which I know a lot of people are excited about. That's gonna be a Netflix show. It's a DC Comics property. That comes out. It's gonna be. So I remember when summer used to be. I'm a TV guy. I watch a lot of TV. summer I used to look forward to when it to be my little freedom
Yeah.
time, to
Yeah.
where because the summer used to be years ago, that was TV's dead season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is before
Everything
Netflix and
started
all of
in
that
like
stuff even.
September and ended in early spring or something.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that's when, and so I was like, no TV to watch,
Mhm.
no, not to be chained to the restraints of television or anything like that. But now, man, we've got the media is so crazy. We've got heavy influx of stuff all the time. But like I said, we've got all those shows coming out, The Boys on Amazon Prime, just a bunch of great stuff. Um,
Yeah. Well, what about the one that I had you watch the
oh,
trailer right
Curiosity.
before? No,
What is it?
Beast.
Oh, Beast. That's a
Yeah.
movie. Yes,
Yeah.
that looks great. Um, with Idris Elba, looks
Yeah.
like they're attacked by this crazy lion. Dude, the first of the trailer looks so intense. It looks great. I can't wait to see it. It's they're being stalked by this huge lion, man. It just
Yeah.
looks like a great movie. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Ghost in the Darkness,
Oh, yeah, I
um,
remember that.
with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
actually, which was somewhat based on a true story about those two lions that were
Yeah.
stalking and killing um, people who were trying to build the railroad out there in Africa. But yeah, so anyway, Beast looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's a great actor too. I like him. I like him in most of the stuff he's in.
Yeah.
Um,
And it does
yeah,
not have Ike Turner in it.
no,
Just
does not have Ike Turner
all right.
in the film at all.
Yeah.
In case you guys were Turner,
Yeah.
deterrent, please don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I think that says it all, brother. I think we've is there anything else
Yeah.
we said?
No, I've been watching a bunch of those little movies here or there, the rabbit hole movies or the wormhole movies, I guess. And most of them I don't remember the names of them, but some of them are okay, some aren't. So you can't
Cool.
go by the previews of anything, just watch the movie. You'll know within the first few minutes.
Let's give it a shot,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
There you
Some of
go.
them are really good though, ones that you've never heard of. So I know that there's actually like a Hell House LLC that came out, and there's three parts to that. And they actually there's a movie called Hell House coming out sometime this year, and I don't know if it's related to that series or that trilogy or not. But this one says that they're going to a local haunted attraction, and something happens. So I was like, well, maybe it is, but I hope it is. I like that. Good movie or a
Man.
good trilogy, I should say.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've definitely seen the first one. I enjoyed that one.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, listen, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Next week we'll definitely be able to discuss the Stranger Things first seven episodes as a whole. My apologies for being a slightly tad behind, Jason. I know I'm holding you
No,
back
you're fine.
from really discussing it, but hey, I think we exhausted those first four episodes. Probably even be able to cover more when we come back about them as well, because I think
Mhm.
there's just so much going on in the show already. It's actually, I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, listen, you have a great evening, sir. Guys,
You
please
too.
don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, share with your friends. We love all your comments. Appreciate it, guys. Let us know what you want to see on the show, and we'll be more than happy to implement what we can.
Yeah. Comment, give us a movie to check out. Maybe one we haven't seen before, and we'll do a review on it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, Jason. You take care, buddy.
All right, Lee. See you next time, man.
Peace.